everybody, and welcome to From Under the Rock, the podcast where I talk about all the silly shit I watched as a kid that my wife has no knowledge of whatsoever.
Yeah!
So, we should explain, you were never, barred from watching stuff?
No, I just liked Pokemon.
You had your stuff and then you didn't venture out of it.
Why would I do that? I had Pokemon, I had Sailor Moon. Why would I leave?
That's a good point. And then, so this doesn't just, this isn't just television shows, it's movies, it's, video games.
Yeah, okay, so I should probably preface the fact that I didn't have, a console until I was in middle school. It's not because my parents are religious. Again, my parents aren't religious. They didn't bar me from having it. We just didn't have one.
Yeah.
We were, let's call it graciously, lower middle class.
Yeah, we were about the same.
And so we just, either we couldn't afford it, or there was no reason to have it, or whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. And it didn't have Zelda on it, so why would my dad care?
Amen. So I was kind of the opposite. We were still very kind of lower middle class. But I spent all my time watching different things, playing different things. Any sort of media, I was all about it. Mm-hmm. And I had no taste as a child. I would watch everything. Everything to completion. Just because I was dumb. And this wasn't just as a kid. This lasted for till now, if I'm going to be honest with you. I'm 30. And it hasn't gone away.
That's true. You get into... I pick, one thing and get really into it.
Right.
And then you, have multitudes. Where I'm just this, single-layered bitch
That's
over
true. Case in point, so we bought Mass Effect, the Legendary Edition. Mm-hmm. It's the Legendary Edition?
Yeah.
Which, for those of you who don't know, and you should, is all three of the original Mass Effect games.
It's a beautiful game for perfect people.
Exactly. You played it, we got it the day it came out.
Yeah.
And you played it for a month straight.
Yeah, and I 100% did that.
Yeah, you beat it into the dirt. There is no game left.
Yeah, and I was very sad, and I have a lot of feelings about Mass Effect 1. Come listen to that podcast.
I was going to say. I, however, still have not beaten Persona 5, The Phantom Strikers. And that's been out since, February.
And I beat that in,
a week. It wasn't very long at all.
And I beat it into the dirt, and I tried merciless mode, and I got my ass handed to me, in 30 seconds.
And never again.
And never again.
So, yeah, you'll stick with something forever, and then play it till it's dead.
Yeah.
Wait, a week, and then do it again.
Yeah.
So, she knows much, much more about singular things than I do. But I know a very little about way too much. And that's why we're here, baby! So, in this show, which after this episode is going to be Patreon exclusive, right now you are listening to this on YouTube, but if you go to patreon.com/emptysquare, that's EMPTYSQUARE, chip us a couple of bucks, just chip us $1, and you get this whenever we feel like doing it.
Yeah, you get, for $1, you can listen to my utter confusion about everything.
Everything.
Really.
Just fucking everything. But yeah, so, this week, depending on how long this first one takes, I have a couple of them to throw at you.
Okay.
So, as a kid, and still kind of now, but less so, I was really, really into game shows and reality shows.
Okay.
Now, I still watch the occasional reality show. We watch Survivor every time it comes out. Survivor's a great show. I keep up on, Press Your Luck and stuff like that.
Or as I like to call it, Bye Bye Money.
Bye Bye Money. Guess I'll always care. Guess I'll always care. Anyway, you guys aren't here for musical theater shit.
Not yet.
Or are you? Do you want to... That's another podcast.
Oh, no, we can integrate into this one.
That's true. We've got like 18 different podcasts, and they're all for different things.
I mean, we'll just make it the, like, Brightwell variety show. It's fine.
That's why I actually changed. For those of you who don't know, this was simply just called the Brightwell Podcast. And you're going to notice now it's called the Brightwell Podcast Network. Because you stopped listening to Brightwell and you started listening to us doing our movie podcast. And I thought, well, why not just smush them all together? So, yeah, we're just going to get tons of shit. So I was a very big fan of reality shows and game shows. I thought they were interesting, they were bright, they were colorful, and I was a child. And so while there were a lot of good reality shows that unfortunately got canceled for one reason or another,
yeah.
Same with game shows. There were many, many, many more that got a couple of episodes, and that was a couple of episodes too many.
Mm-hmm.
So, the first one we are going to talk about today is called Moment of Truth.
Okay.
Moment of Truth was on the Fox network for about a year.
That's pretty long, for all things considered.
Yeah, give or take. So it was on for about a year, and it was hosted by Mark, not that one, Wahlberg.
What?
Yes. Mark L. Wahlberg, who is, he was very big on the Game Show Network, which, like, I loved the Game Show Network.
Mm-hmm.
I would come home and watch that for, like, 4 hours. He hosted games like Temptation Island, Russian Roulette, Antique Roadshow, shit like that there.
Oh, yeah, all right.
And he hosted the Moment of Truth.
I see.
Now, the Moment of Truth was a big-ass deal.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It went from January 23rd, 2008 to August 8th, 2009. And it was gonna be the next big thing.
Oh.
So the idea of the show was before the game started,
Mm-hmm.
contestants would take a polygraph exam.
Okay.
They were asked 100 questions.
Okay.
Many of them are really easy, simple questions. Meant to, like, be kind of embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
And basically get the crowd to pop, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they ask these 100 questions, and then, say, 25 of them are asked during the show itself.
I see.
So you're never sure which one to go with.
Mm-hmm.
So it would start off by just like, okay, true or false? Do you pee in the pool? And they'd just be like, yes. And the crowd would be like, ha 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 ha. It's like, is that a truth or a lie? And if it was a truth, you would go up.
Okay.
If it was a lie, you would fail and the game would end.
Aw, that sucks.
Real easy, real simple, despite the very big flaw that polygraph exams are bullshit.
Yeah, they're notoriously unreliable and they're not admissible in court. Do you know why they keep why cops, offer the polygraph?
To make you feel better?
No! Well, maybe, yeah. But it's mostly so they can ask you questions without an attorney present. You can get around your Miranda rights through a polygraph because you have to sign a Miranda waiver to take one.
I see.
And people think, oh man, it's a truth machine. Like, no, it isn't, dumbass. Like, we had one time, there was a guy who was like, oh, I want a polygraph. And the police are like, okay, we can schedule you one. Like, no, I want it right now. And what they don't know is those things take, months to schedule because the whole system's broken. And he put a spaghetti strainer and hooked it up to some cables they found in the computer room and a copier. And every time they thought the guy was lying, they hit the copy machine button. It would make a bling sound, and then that's how they interrogated them. It held because any rational person would know that was a spaghetti strainer and a copy machine.
Yeah, so that happened. And with that whole thing, it's like I said, it starts out kind of funny and silly. Occasionally they'll bring out a special guest. Just to be like, your friend Karen will show up.
Oh.
And just be like, is it true you were the one who puked in my car on 4th of July? And you'd be like, yes. And everybody's like, oh. And then that goes on like there.
Okay.
Now, this sounds boring as shit.
Uh-huh.
And it is. But then things get really, really serious.
Oh, are we going to be Maori up in here? Like, are we going to be Maury?
Maury Povich?
Yeah.
Sort of. So, the big famous one that everybody kind of remembers, and what eventually got the show canceled. First of all, you had to sign a contract, basically stating that you will not draw any conclusions based on the answers given. So if you admit to something illegal, you can't, like, go in after the contestant for it.
That's a weird stipulation,
yes,
but okay.
It is. So, on the 5th episode, which aired February 25th, 2008.
Oh, we didn't even make it through the first, like, season.
No, 5 episodes.
Okay.
Over the course of the play, one of the contestants, a lady, I don't believe we have her name here, but she got real honest. She was here to fucking win.
I see.
So, she was asked, did you ever steal from your place of business? To which she answered, truthfully, yes.
Okay. Haven't we all, though?
Yeah, well, there's, like...
I mean, the occasional pen, some paper, whatever.
Another day, another box of stolen pens.
You get it.
So, and that was the thing. I remember watching this episode. Because my mom watched it with me, and she was pissed.
What?
So, this lady is asking these questions, and she is, like, stone cold flippant. She's like, have you ever... And she wasn't just like, oh, I don't know. It was always just like, have you ever stolen from your employer? Yes. She's telling the truth.
Okay.
And then things get a little bit more serious. She was asked, is your ex-boyfriend, who is present during the question asking, the man you should be married to?
Oh!
She replied, truthfully, yes.
Oh!
Her husband...
Oh, no! Oh, no!
Of which she got married 2 days earlier.
What?
Was still there. I'm sorry, 2 years earlier. They'd been married 2 years earlier.
Oh, okay, that's marginally better, I guess.
So, while this is going on, this lady's mom is staring fucking daggers at her. Like, she is
Pissed.
enraged. But it's that silent mom anger. It's not like she's yelling, but she's like the Terminator, beating in on her.
Okay, so here we have a woman who's way too honest for this show.
Yeah.
Her ex-boyfriend, so if you see him in the building, you must know that question's coming, right?
You gotta be, right?
Your husband, who at this point you shouldn't have invited anyway. And your mom's thinking about killing you in the parking lot.
So the next question after that, in the 2 years that you have been married to your husband, have you ever slept with someone else? To which she, truthfully, answered yes.
Holy shit. You know, this sounds like great television. I don't see why
it got canceled.
Yeah, this is great.
Here's the thing, right?
Like, you are the father of the show's kill for this shit.
Right. So, and obviously we can't say that this wasn't planted, that wasn't staged. We don't know. But if we take everything as it is at face value.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Holy shit. She's willing to destroy her life for what, $20,000?
Actually, I'll tell you what she walked away with.
Or
here.
is this Canadian money worth like $500?
Hey.
What?
Yeah. So she admitted to these actions, and her husband's just sitting there, and he's devastated. He's devastated. And again, very flippant, very cold. She just answered all these questions truthfully.
Hey.
Then she was asked an all or nothing question. So basically, here's how this works.
Mm-hmm.
You can stop at any time before a question is asked.
Mm-hmm.
If you've had enough, you can walk away with everything you've had so far.
Okay.
If you answer one of these wrong, you get dropped down to $25,000.
Okay.
So, she was asked the all or nothing question. She was asked, do you believe you are a good person?
Okay.
To which she answered yes. That was a lie.
Oh! Oh!
It was a $200,000 question.
Oh!
And it got her busted down to $25,000.
If,
And I imagine a very swift divorce.
if it wasn't 700 degrees in here, I'd be running around the mic just going, oh!
Let's date this podcast a little bit. We live in the Pacific Northwest, as you guys know right now.
Also known as Satan's ass crack.
It is 9:14 at night, and it is 95 degrees.
What is that in Canadian?
40 something.
Fuck that.
It has been upwards of 117 degrees today.
Fuck that noise.
Yeah, so if you hear a rumbling in the background, that's our air conditioner. It's doing sweet FA, but it's trying, God bless it.
I mean, without it, we would melt.
Yeah, we would melt. This is true.
I have taken, no joke, frozen water bottles out of the fridge, put them in front of the van, and watched them melt in real time. Like, you would think, oh, it'll take a couple hours. No, we're talking minutes here, people.
So before this episode was aired, Mark L. Wahlberg, the host.
Mark, definitely not that one, Wahlberg.
Yeah, Mark, no, not that one, Wahlberg, went on before the episode aired, and he was like, hi, what you're about to watch is the most uncomfortable I've ever been.
Thanks, Anderson.
Yeah, right? It's like, we debated whether or not to even show this, but we're on Fox, so we're gonna.
But Fox says we had to, or else you can't make your stupid movie, so here's some talking animation.
So let's watch some goddamn cartoons. It was the most uncomfortable thing. And so this kind of show happened a lot. So I'm about to show you the clip in question, which I think is probably a little bit bullshit, but whatever.
Okay.
You guys, I will, you'll hear the audio. You won't be able to see the video, obviously. It's a podcast. And if they take this video down for copyright infringement, fuck them. Okay.
Edition of the Moment of Truth. This episode was so controversial, it sparked a long debate as to whether or not to air it at all. Quite honestly, if I had my vote, it would not air. It is the most uncomfortable I've ever been on television, asking these questions and listening to the answers that were given. But in the end, it was decided that this episode should air. I will tell you, however, that the truth is often not pretty. So here it is. This is the moment of truth.
Okay, so that man, I just saw his face.
Yeah.
I stared at it for 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Can't describe it. Too white.
Very white. He's a very white man.
Yeah. He is human froyo.
Look at... Hold on. I have a clip here. Look at the woman's poor husband and father. That's her husband.
I see. Oh, they're not like in the audience.
They're sitting on the couch.
They're sitting on the couch, like just feet from her.
Yeah. This is him asking the question. That's her ex-boyfriend.
Oh.
Look at the man's just...
Oh no.
So they go to commercial because it's a game show.
Yeah.
Okay?
You're making this worse than it is.
I don't think I can make this worse than it is.
She's trying to defend herself. Just like, oh, it's not as bad as it sounds. Like, we're making it worse than it is.
Uh-huh.
And Mark Wahlberg standing there going like, no, we the fuck aren't. $100,000
And this question will not be asked by me. It's by a surprise guest.
Oh my God.
Lauren, can you tell everybody who this is? Or do I need to do it?
I can't speak right now, so.
So she's staring,
This is your ex-boyfriend, Frank.
staring at her ex-boyfriend.
I see.
Keep in mind, her husband
Uh-huh.
is sitting there on the couch, feet away. They're not hidden in the audience.
Oh, jeez.
He's dying right now.
Frank has a question for you. And I hope this $100,000, if you win it, is worth this question. If you don't want the answer, you still have the button.
Did
I
they
don't remind you.
repurpose
This
the
question is for $100,000.
weakest link?
When you're ready.
It does feel like it.
Question 15.
If I wanted to get back together with you, would you leave your husband?
If I
Oh!
if I wanted to get back together with you, would you leave your husband?
Oh! The correct answer is no.
The husband is sitting there. Poor guy looks like he's gonna vomit.
Well, right now he's divvying up all the assets in the house.
Yeah, right? Like, this question right here determines your marriage.
How much is your marriage worth?
Keep in mind, this is on primetime Fox television.
Uh-huh.
And now, we'll continue with it. I'll get on my soapbox later.
That question is a devastating question. Of course. You could avoid this right now by hitting the button, Frank. No?
What is this? What is happening?
So, there is a button in the middle of where the family is sitting.
Mm-hmm.
If the family does not want to hear a question, they get to press the button and it is skipped.
Mm-hmm.
So the husband is sitting there just going, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god." One of her, I don't know if it's a sister or whatever, jumps up and hits the button for him.
Yeah.
The crowd boos! The crowd boos!
Yeah, because humanity is awful. We know this. This is factually
Like,
correct.
this is one of those things. Like, during a UFC fight or, like, a wrestling match.
Yeah.
When somebody gets the shit beat out of them,
Uh-huh.
like, beyond the realm of, like, regular shit beatings.
Yeah, Steve let him bleed Mazzagatti. Yeah.
Exactly. And the referee stops it and the crowd boos. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the Just Bleed guy.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
And you're just like, I want him God. So...
Okay. Hold on a second. Audience, I know that this is entertaining to watch, but this is real.
So Mark Wahlberg, to his credit,
Uh-huh.
the crowd's booing, and he is very delicately and very professionally
Yeah.
saying, "What the fuck is wrong with you people?"
Okay, but where are these people? I do not see them. I do not see this alleged crowd.
I don't either.
Monica, why did you hit the button?
I'm pretty sure this is happening in a
That
warehouse.
answer? I don't think anyone will want to hear that answer.
The poor, like, just look at the husband. He's destroyed right now.
Replace that with, before I do that, my question to you, Lauren, is did she just save you or cost you $100,000?
Well, I don't know.
So the question gets
One of the
replaced.
things
I
that
see.
you know if you watch the program is that I will replace the question, but I can't guarantee that that question's going to be any easier.
But we don't know. Yeah.
Here's another question.
Here's the other
Your
question.
ex-boyfriend Frank will ask.
I don't know how I'm going to edit this together.
Uh-huh.
So you might be hearing me describe what's going on, or you might be seeing the actual show. It matters on how Fox wants to fucking roll with their copyright material.
I see.
In place.
So ex-boyfriend's going to ask another question.
Uh-huh.
Because we ain't getting that fucking easy.
So, I've given Frank an alternate question. It replaces the one that Monica stopped. If you are truthful, it'll be worth $100,000, and I hope, Lauren, that is a gamble that's worth it for you. So, ex-boyfriend Frank, once again, question 15.
you believe I'm the man you should be married to?
Oh!
Do you believe I'm the man you should be married to?
What
Now,
is this shit?
once again, the husband is dying. Mm-hmm. And to Frank's credit, Frank doesn't want to fucking be here either. Like, he didn't walk in all smarmy like, what's up, fuckers?
I'm here to steal your girl.
If I wanted to, would we get down to fuck? Like, even he's standing there just like, if, God.
What does Frank get out of this?
Nothing! Like, he gets to be on TV.
Like, there's gotta be payment involved. Like, you just don't roll in.
I imagine they flew him out to Los Angeles.
You know, like, you don't just, like, destroy your ex unless that relationship is...
Well, I imagine he doesn't know. He didn't know why they brought him in for his ex. He probably thought just like, what was the craziest place you had sex? It's not supposed to be like, if you wanted to, would we wreck your home?
Okay, so these questions are a little far. I thought, like, for these things, be like, have you ever been in a car crash? Did you ever buy something that you did not tell your spouse about? You know, stuff that you can survive.
Yeah, no. So Frank, like I said, even Frank is just straight up not having a good time. Mm-hmm. So the question, once again, Frank is saying, am I the man you should have married? Which is, by the way, the same question as the last one. We didn't skip shit. But...
Well, want to be honest and say yes.
Oh my god. So she answers yes. She says, I'm going to be honest. And say yes. I didn't remember how bad this is. Like, you look at her husband. I gotta imagine ex-husband at this point.
Yeah. He is filing for divorce online. Like, he's Googling it.
He's on his phone. This is back in 2008, so, like, phones weren't, like, huge.
Yeah, like, he's paying, like, remember how you had to pay per second on that data plan back in the day? Like, he's racking up, like, $100
He's on
bill.
an iPod Touch and just trying to, like, hook up to the Wi-Fi.
Trying to find a good family divorce lawyer with internet that is slower than, like, fucking regular mail.
Yeah, if you look at Frank's face, he's not having fun either. Like, and Mark Wahlberg, the host, wants to die. He is second guessing. He's like, I should have went to law school.
Mom said become an accountant.
Mom said become a doctor, and I
was like, no, I can coast on the fact my name is Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah,
I'll be fine.
No, Mom, one day I'm going to host Family Feud, and fucking here I am.
True.
So she said true. The answer was true. She gets the money, and you just watch this poor, like, Ben Savage looking gentleman.
He does kind of look
looking like
a
skinny Corey Matthews.
I hope he goes out and finds someone who actually loves him.
I'm not sure what to say. You've answered 15 questions truthfully.
You see, that's your mom and dad.
You won $100,000. First of all, Frank, is there anything you want to say at this point?
There's really nothing else I can really hear, so might as well just go for it.
He basically said there's nothing else you can do, just go for it. Which is the very polite way to say, do it, you bitch. So the very next question she fails on. Mm-hmm. Which means all of this was for nothing.
Yeah. Okay.
And so ends the game. When asked, hey, you could have left with $100,000. And why didn't you? Like, the $100,000 question was clearly very difficult. It has clearly ended your marriage.
Yeah.
What, pray tell, the fuck? To which she said she was here for fame and fortune.
Yes. There's no love in fame and fortune.
No, there's not. So that was 5 episodes in.
Yeah.
and it destroyed the show.
Well, nobody wants to be on it if they're going to wreck their lives, right?
The show went... Yeah, exactly. The show went for 3 seasons.
3
but
seasons,
only
really?
2 of them were aired.
Oh.
There are 15 episodes completely unaired. So, the first episode was the lead out, which means it was on after American Idol.
I see.
And when we do that, we are looking for
a bump, right?
Well, we're looking for a bump, and we're also looking for a holdover. A lot of people are going to watch American Idol. They're going to see it's on, so they're going to have like a big like bump at the beginning, and then a lot of people are going to leave because they're not here for this.
Yeah.
But
it's
the
like
show had
being after the Super Bowl, right?
Exactly. That's what we're hoping for. We want a big retention, or people have fallen asleep and left their TVs on. Whatever. It's all the same to us.
Yeah. Okay.
So this had a huge lead-in with American Idol. This was American Idol back in 2008, which I think gives us...
So we're still full into American Idol. Like, it's the next big thing.
I think we're season 6.
So have we passed the Clay Aiken stage of life?
I would think. Clay Aiken was season 2.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh.
So whomever
was old.
Hey, you guys out there, who won season 6 of... This would have been David Cook. David Cook won that season, second to David Archuleta. You didn't ask. I don't know why I told you. But yeah, so this had a huge lead in and was fairly successful. Had a 23 million viewer retention rate.
Okay.
The highest rating for a premiere at that point in 2008.
Oh, so it did real well.
Yeah. So, here's where things get even worse, if you can believe it. So, in the unaired season, the unaired second season, somebody did answer all 21 questions correctly. Got the top prize.
Cool.
The contestant was by the name of Melanie Williams, who was a member of a secret polygamist group.
Huh.
So most of the questions were obviously surrounding that.
I see.
For $500,000, which was the top prize, the final question was whether she believed her father had sexual relations with a minor.
Oh!
She said yes.
Oh my god!
And she was right.
Oh! Oh shit! Oh Lord! Oh no! Oh no!
So what started as basically a goofy game of truth or dare.
Yeah.
Like destroyed fucking lives. And like you kind of get this kind of gleeful schadenfreude. When people are just like, have you ever peed in the pool? Have you ever like lost your pants in public? Like, okay, there's that. That's kind of fine. It's a little bit embarrassing. You go on. But this is like, do you believe your father's a pedophile? Whoa! That's enough slices! You know?
Why couldn't it be something fun like, do you believe in aliens?
Yeah.
Do you believe that Hitler had a magic bell that could travel time? Real episode of the History Channel I once watched.
Yeah, right? Or it could be something like, do you really think your friend's book is good? Shit like that, and you're just like, oh, God,
Do you
sorry.
actually believe your friend's baby is cute?
Yes! Like, that should be your top question, where you're just like, fuck. But this went way beyond the pale.
Yeah, they did not test this for shit.
Well, they did, and so it went from, like, cute haha questions to just everybody being visibly uncomfortable for way too long.
Yeah, because it turns out they would destroy their lives for money.
Yeah, as it appears. This actually kind of reminds me of a game, not a game, a documentary. It was a French documentary.
Okay.
Called The Game of Death.
Okay.
And it was a test, basically. They would put people in a game show scenario.
Yeah.
And the rigged game was somebody would hold a button, and somebody else would go in a box.
Okay.
We could not see that person. The person with the button asks the question. The person in the box answers.
Okay.
If the person in the box fails to answer the question correctly, the person holding the button presses the button, and that person gets shocked.
Oh, haven't we done this in real life? It was a test of human empathy, wasn't it?
Yes, exactly. But this is a test of human empathy if money's on the line. If a game show is on the line.
Rather than...
Just 'cause. And what we find... So what... obviously, the only person who's actually real here is the person with the button.
Yeah. That's how that experiment works.
Yeah. And so, like, for a little bit, the first, like, 5 questions, whatever, he gets shocked. And obviously, the shocks get more and more intense as the questions go.
Yeah. More money, more intensity.
Yeah. And so it's funny for a little bit. And then the screams start becoming louder. Start becoming more violent. And eventually, he stops screaming at all. And they're just like, okay, for $25,000 francs, whatever it is in French. And you see somebody's just like, I don't want to keep pressing the button. And they keep something, don't be impressed. He's just, it'll be fine. And many, many, many people continue to go all the way to the top, despite the fact that they do not know what's happening to that person.
Wow, humanity really sucks.
We kind of do. There was also... Now, I don't know how much stock you put into stuff like this.
I'm going to go find our puppies. I'm going to hug them.
Yeah, right? Do you know who Darren Brown is?
No.
So Darren Brown is a famous hypnotist. And...
if you could see my face right now, podcast people.
Yeah, so he's an English hypnotist.
Uh-huh.
I think his name is Darren Brown. Guys, if I get this wrong,
he can just say unemployed. It's fine.
Oh, no, he's a big deal. He was actually in season 3, episode 1 of Sherlock.
Oh, but didn't we make fun of him then, too?
Yeah. Because he walks in, like, he hypnotizes John as we're trying to discover how Sherlock survived the fall.
I vaguely remember that,
And Lestrade comes out and goes, Darren Brown! So Darren Brown had this whole gimmick. It's on Netflix. I want to say it's called The Push.
Sure.
And he sets up this crazy elaborate thing, which is supposed to end with somebody pushing somebody off the top of a building to their death.
Okay.
And if peer pressure allows them to do that kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
I don't know as to the legitimacy of all that. I find a lot of these Darren Brown things are probably staged. But the big, like, reveal at the end was the person doesn't do it.
Yeah.
And then David Brown comes in. He's like, oh, you're a good person. You didn't do it, even though blah, blah, blah. And then, like, the commentary afterwards goes, yes, she didn't do it. But we ran this experiment 4 other times. And all the other ones pushed the guy off the thing. So, again, I don't know the legitimacy of it. It sounds like a pain in the ass to only show 1.
So people suck.
People suck is basically what we've learned here.
And we keep being like, oh, we'll create a game show and they'll do the right thing and we got to keep the money because they'll do the thing rather than money. And the answer is no. We will destroy our lives, kill other people, and just be the most destructive force in the universe in the name of money.
I think the big, like, come away thing is empathy only lasts so long when money is involved. Yeah, right? Like, after you hit that 100,000, you're clearly in trouble. Like, so take the 100,000 and leave. But she continued to press, and she eventually failed. She walked away with $25,000. That's it.
Ugh.
Like, $25,000 is a life-changing amount of money for a lot of people. But to wreck your home?
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive. So, a lot of these failed game shows seem to rely on cruelty more than, like, being interesting.
Why? Who approved these? Like, what?
The answer to a lot of these is Fox.
The answer to all of life's problems, Fox.
For example, there is a show called Joe Millionaire.
Sure. Where
it is a Bachelor clone, where they're all going after this guy who's a millionaire. But the joke is he's not a real millionaire.
Oh.
And it really is made out to pick on these women as, like, gold-digging skanks. You know what I mean? And
well, they are gold-digging skanks.
So. They are, but they are. You know what I mean? Like,
that's true.
Isn't everybody on reality like?
Yeah, the purpose of being on a reality show is that you're a gold digging skank. This is true.
And that's everybody. That's everybody on every reality show. But I feel that. Okay, so right now we're about to get a little real here. So right now we're going through Britney Spears trying to get her life back.
Yeah, trying to dissolve the conservatorship.
Yeah, which she absolutely deserves. # Free Britney.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
In 2006, when she was going through what we now know as a complete mental breakdown.
Yeah. Thank you, Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, well, fuck him too. We, as a society, shit all over her.
That's true. She was in every piece of media, like South Park, and then the news, and
that
the
was
butt
the
of every joke.
Yeah. And so I feel back in 2006, 7, 8, kind of that late noughts, early 2010s, we were a very caustic, cynical people.
Yeah.
Guys like the Nostalgia Critic and those kind of like angry for the sake of being angry, picking on stuff for the sake of picking on stuff because we find that kind of funny. Mm-hmm. And I was one of those people. Mm-hmm. If you guys go back and look at a lot of my older videos, I've been making videos since 2007. A lot of those things aren't funny. They're just like mean. Mm-hmm. And so, especially with this Britney Spears stuff, like I was all about making jokes about her. Mm-hmm. Ha ha, she's bald. Ha ha, she's like on the drugs. Her kids, this and that. She went nuts on somebody with an umbrella. When, like, obviously...
She's having a mental health issue, yeah.
Somebody help her. And nobody did.
No, the world failed her.
To this day, nobody's helping her. And we thought that kind of thing was cool. And I think we, like, especially, I'm a millennial. I'm 30 years old. I was born in the 90s. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Millennials and Gen Zers now, we're going through some shit, man.
Well, yeah, we've perpetually gone through shit at every stage of our lives.
Yeah, we're going through a lot of what's called collective trauma.
Yeah.
Our lives basically began with a terrorist attack.
Congrats, you made it to puberty. Terrorism.
Exactly. Like, we have that. We have shootings, Columbine and Virginia Tech, and like all these crazy things. Now we're going
to live on our own.
Yeah, we're going. We went through a once in a lifetime recession. Then we went through a once in a lifetime pandemic, which we're just now getting out of.
Housing crisis.
A housing crisis, shit like that. And I think that's made us all much more empathetic. Because I've noticed, like, I can't be that kind of guy anymore.
No, we ran out of steam on that a long time ago.
Like, watching this show, I probably loved it as a kid. As a kid, I was 18. I probably loved it when I watched it then.
Everything before 25 is a child.
But, like, I look at this stuff, and, like, that's not fun to me. Mm-hmm. I can't watch that kind of stuff. It hurts my soul. And I think that's why it failed. Because we hit a point watching that.
Oh, we hit the saturation point.
Yeah, and I think that was where everybody was just like,
we've crossed the line.
We've gone too far. And so if there's one good thing Moment of Truth did, those many years ago, what are we now, 15 years ago?
It outed a pedophile.
And at the end of the day, that's all we want. But yeah, so that is one of... And had you had any knowledge of that show before just now?
No, I had not. And I would not have watched it. I didn't like game shows back in the day.
Yeah. Get ready for next week when I tell you all about the reality show, The Glee Project.
Wait, Glee Project? Not like The Glee Show?
Nope, The Glee Project.
Is that not just American Idol?
Basically.
I've seen, like, one season of American Idol.
Yeah, you're about to see much, much worse. But that is for another day. So, if you guys like this episode and you want to see more, you can go to patreon.com/emptysquare. That's EMPTYSQUARE for bonus content like this, for early access to reviews. There's a new Binging with Badness coming out. I promise. It's just, we got a new puppy, and it's hot, and it's hard for us to live right now. Mm-hmm. So get off my dick. That's the joke.
Aww.
Hey! If you enjoy kind of what's going on here and you want to talk to us more on the internet, you can find me on Twitter at emptysquare, EMPTYSQUARE. Cutes!
Come talk to me at Aquadia_ and tell me all the things I missed in the last 30 years, even though I wasn't in a coma, but I somehow missed
Under
it
the
all.
rock.
Yeah. In a ravine, down the street. Next to Mel, somehow.
Yeah, just wait. You guys kind of knew each other before you knew each other. It's all and if you want, I don't know, hot takes on D&D and wrestling, check out my TikTok. TikTok.com/TheBrightWallPod.
Now say something funny so everyone, we can end this on a light note of, yay!
Woozle Wazzle?
What?
That's from The Simpsons. The I Didn't Do It episode?
No, I don't remember that one. Did you show me that one?
If I didn't, I failed you.
I've also failed you for not showing you the Goonies. There's failure all
There's
around.
failure just everywhere. But yeah, so if you like this kind of stuff, we'll get a little introspective. We'll get, we're more than just a joke factory. I'm more than just a bloody jukebox. We can go from there. But until next time.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.
Thanks for coming. Bye-bye. We love you. Bye.